Welcome back to Firebrand Hobbies. I'm your host Tyson, and today I'll be showing you a kind of quick and easy tutorial if you wish to get into the hobby of how to paint plague marines. You'll be using mostly contrast and shaders, so you'll be priming the model white. There's only maybe 2 or 3 steps that are using actual paints, but the first step is to use Plague Bearer's Flesh on the panels of the armor. Formatting I'm going to do with these videos is using just the time-lapse footage, and then after I'm done with the step I'll show you guys what I've done, bring the models up close to the screen. You'll see that pretty soon actually, so it's just going to be showing this one guy, but as you see, this is what the final product of that step is with all 3. Next step is using leadbelcher on all the metallic parts of the model. You can also use Iron Warriors if you really wanted to as well. They both kind of look similar, just one's a little bit more of a lighter hue than the other one. Now this will just go on all the metallics like I said, so the chainmail like on this Plague Marine champion, the weapons in general, the grenades, some of the metallic piping, and just trimming on some stuff. It's pretty much a simple step. Every Plague Marine has their own little unique bits and bobs on them, so this step is probably one of the more longer ones out of the 2 so far. Now after probably spending a little bit too much time trying to fiddle around with all this stuff, this is what the final product of this step is for all 3. The next step is probably the easiest step out of this whole build, and that is just painting the shoulder trims with retributor's armor. In particular on the champion, I put retributor's armor on some of the knickknacks he has, like the bells and some of the sigils, just because he's a champion. He should have more flair compared to everyone else. If you really wanted to also, you can use gold for anything else on all the other Plague Marines when it comes to their engravings and whatnot. But yeah, this step is just kind of simple, easy, shouldn't be that hard. But you'll see the product coming up pretty soon of what the final product is. Yeah, you know. This is another kind of easy step. This is using skeleton horde on all the horns of the Plague Marines. The flamethrower one has probably the coolest bones sticking out of them in general. But yeah, this step's also another easy one before we kind of get into the more details of it. Next up, using Carroburg Crimson on the kind of fleshy parts of the Plague Marines. This can vary from many different things, from many different models, but with these 3 in particular, it is the kind of pipe work on the champions, like torso, tubing, the muscles growing off of the flamethrower guy, including the piping kind of going into the flamethrower from his backpack, and there wasn't really anything on the other one, so it was just mainly those two things. You could use carroburg crimson. At some point I put volupus pink on the just kind of that big fleshy pipe going into the flamethrower, just kind of give it a different color from the rest of it. But yeah, this step's also pretty simple. This step will also vary on what type of model you're painting when it comes to the plague marines. So now I'm going into the more details parts of it. I use Basilicanum gray, the mouth twister gray contrast, on the kind of compression bit of the flamethrower, and then I moved on with snakebite leather on the straps of the champion and the other plague marine. And then I went back with the gray to paint over the capes, just to kind of tone down the whiteness of it, because then I'll be using Blood Angel's red on the cape parts. You can also use purple if you really wanted to. I personally use red because I just like red. But the grays helps tone down the brightness of it, because if you just put it over the white, it's really harsh. With the red in particular, you want to be careful also of not trying to get it on the armor panels, because it's kind of really hard to like hide the mistake whenever you make it. But yeah, I should mention at some point I go over the Nurglings with Reikland's fleshshade, at least on 2 of them. You probably noticed in the video that one of the plague marines' Nurgling is already painted with Plaguebearer's flesh. To my explanation as to why, I just like the contrast of different colors between the 2 Nurglings color schemes, which is just using Plaguebearer's flesh and also Reikland fleshshade. Just a personal preference. You can do whatever you want. You can make them green, you can make them skin tone, you can make them purple. I don't even know if there's a purple one, but I'm pretty sure someone's done it. But yeah, they're just Nurglings. They're just there, they're goofy, they're a little silly. I forgot to show you the final result of this step, because I didn't record it. I just went straight to the next one because I was so close to being done. So you're gonna hear me monologue for a little bit more. You're welcome. I know my voice is probably not that great. So this is the fun part of Nurgle. This is just the disgusting grossness that everyone likes about them. The boils. I used whatever that orange thing is. There will be a caption on it. I can never pronounce it every single time, but I used that orange shader on the boils themselves. It's a little kind of funky to work with. I kind of put it on thick because it just doesn't want to get on the brush. I don't know, probably just me. And then the Imperial Fist Yellow was used on the pus growing out of the flamethrower plague marine, and also the goop coming from the barrel, and also the flaming essence from the essence ball that the champion has. When it comes to the essence ball and the goop coming out of the plague marine, I went over with Plaguebearer's flesh to kind of give it like a grody stomach acid color. I don't know what you would really call it. Kind of like a putrid green almost. Didn't really turn out well. Just kind of shaded a little bit with a green hue, but yeah, you don't have to worry about that part. This is just the fun part about it that I love doing a lot. I forgot to record the last step, the last and final step, that is caking the model with aggrax earthshade. You can use known oil, or you don't even have to use a shader at all if you really like the color scheme the way it is. Up to you. But this is how I paint up my plague marines for my Death Guard army. So much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It's free, and you don't have to pay for it. Upload schedule is going to be kind of wonky, but I'll kind of put some videos out. I'll see you guys in the next video.